Team of the year is here. It is all about pack luck. Let's run the numbers and see how many packs you're going to be able to open and if an ultimate team of the year is possible. Finally, he sleeps here. Team of the year just dropped today. We ran the numbers live on Twitch to see what was possible, how many packs are going to be open, is an ultimate available for you, is the star pass worth it, basically everything that we're going to need to know, some tips and tricks to be able to make the next 8 weeks the most positive thing you can out of this event. First though, make sure you subscribe here at YouTube, turn on notifications, that you never miss when a video goes live for FIFA Mobile or any of the other content that's on my channel. Now, the guide for the event already came out. That is on YouTube. It basically runs down what to expect out of the event. This video, as far as Team of the Year goes, is going to be just about the numbers. So if you need to understand the event and what you're trying to do, watch that guide first. Don't start with this one. This one is just about the numbers. Okay, so in the verse tab where you play your daily stuff, you're earning your Team of the Year tokens and your Team of the Year points. There is one more piece of currency here that you get on the Prime token or the Prime icons tab, and that is the Prime token. Those are the 3 bits of currency for this event. Team of the Year points, Team of the Year tokens, and Prime tokens. They each do something a little bit different. The Prime tokens, for example, are all about trading these in for a chance at icons, possible Prime icons. You can also get Team of the Year players in here beyond just the icons, so it's not just those. But those are going to be the more packs you open. There's a milestone here for Prime Icon. It requires 1,600. As you can see, 200 here. This was just from spending gems and opening store packs today. A little bit of a spoiler. The only way you're going to get that 110 Prime Icon milestone is if you dig deep in your wallet or you go all out on gems to open packs. It is nowhere near the free-to-play range. It's not going to happen. You're just more than a third of the way there free to play. It's just a bit of foreshadowing and the spoiler. The Team of the Year tokens are what you use here in the Team of the Year tab. This is what you're going to do the exchanges for. The way this works is you use 40 Team of the Year tokens at a time, and those get exchanged for 98 to 100 players. 40 tokens comes into 198 to 100 OVR player. Then 4 of those get exchanged for a 101 to 109 player. It's all pack luck. You can't pick who you want. It's just about how lucky you are when you open those packs. But the whole thing is how many 98 to 100 players are you going to end up with to be able to do those exchanges, and how many do you need? Because you need a grand total of 298 to 100 rated players to get 50 exchanges to guarantee a 109 Ultimate Team of the Year player. That's this milestone right here. Here's another note. Ultimates are releasing 3 weeks into the event. Completely different than anything we've ever seen before. Team of the Year that we have right here is a completely different animal than anything that we've seen in the past. The reward path is different. This is where the Team of the Year points come into play. And what you do is as you earn Team of the Year points, you unlock nodes on the milestone. If you're playing every day and you're doing everything that you need to do, you're going to be able to complete all these. These are just guaranteed rewards as you go through here for all 8 weeks in this. Now, there are multiple nodes here throughout that give 98 rated players and Prime tokens. So that stuff is available. We also have the Star Pass that comes in. The Star Pass does not give out any event currency beyond the Prime tokens. There are no Team of the Year points. There are no Team of the Year tokens in here. But there are multiple chances to pull 98 to 100 rated players. Now, the way Star Pass works, if it tells you it's a 99 plus, that is a 5 OVR swing. So on this player, you could pull a 99, a 100, a 101, a 102, or a 103. Those were all possible in this node. And you only want 99 to 100s to be able to do the exchange to guarantee you get the ultimate. So everything that you're packing here in the Star Pass is not necessarily going to go toward the players that you need for all of those exchanges. Now, we've added that in and figured that into the numbers so that you know exactly what you're going to do. We'll come back to it. Now, as far as the premium Star Pass goes, it's not giving out any 98 to 100 rated players. It's all 103s to 101s, and remember that there's a 5 OVR swing, so the 103 pluses are the only one that has the possibility of giving out really strong cards. You're only going to get a 101 plus 5 for the 101, so you cannot get a 108 for these. You need to make your own decision if the Star Pass is really worth it for you. It does give you back 1,000 FIFA points along with a lot of boost, but that's pretty much it besides the 110 striker on the 75th node here is as far as it goes. Now, this is only half the Star Pass. This is first 4 weeks. There's going to be another one for the second Star Pass that we assume is going to have very similar rewards. So when we ran the numbers, we just doubled what was in here for this Star Pass. That could change, but then a lot of things could change over the course of this event. There could be many events that we get eventually that come in with this on top of the actual Team of the Year event that we have. We don't really know. So exactly what can we do with those numbers? Here it is. The main tab is giving you out Team of the Year points and Team of the Year tokens for playing those things every day. From the main tab, you're going to get a total of 2,800 Team of the Year tokens and 2,800 points. Prime Icons tab is giving out 504 Prime tokens and 504 Team of the Year points. For the Rewards tab, you're having 8 weeks of those rewards, and most of them give out 98 plus. Some of them say that it's 100 plus. If it's 100, then it's going to go towards your exchanges, but if it ends up being a 101, it's a dead card. So we really don't know exactly what we're going to get out of all this. So that's why it says 10 to 12 98 plus players. Moving on, we have the quests. The daily quests give out 35 Team of the Year tokens. That's 1960 total. You've got the weekly quests as well. Challenge mode. You're going to be able to do challenge mode. It's very easy to get to. It's 56 Team of the Year tokens per week. You just have to have 3 Team of the Year players in your squad to do it. You're going to be able to auto-play that. It is definitely not that difficult. I think on stream today we said that it was in par with League Tour. Star Pass, like I said, free to play. It's 1498 pluses. You can double that for the second Star Pass. There's really only additional Prime tokens in the paid, but those 98 plus, those 1498 plus, they could be 101s, 102s, and not work towards the exchange. You have to remember that as you move forward. We also have World Cup. If you're going to play World Cup, I'll come back with a couple of tips about World Cup before we finish this. But if you're going to do World Cup and you do play at least World Class, you need to finish it 7 times per week. There was some confusion about, do you need to do it 3 or do you need to do it 7 times? 3 for the quest, 7 for total rewards. If you do Team of the Year for World Class and finish all 7 every week, it is another 840 Team of the Year tokens. If you're auto playing and let's say you just do beginner, the very lowest level, that 840 drops to 560 Team of the Year tokens. I'll talk about that in a minute. We'll come back for that tip towards the end of the video. There is also a daily free pack in the store that has the possibility of giving out 98 plus players and plus 2 Prime tokens per day, but that's not guaranteed. Just realize that it's there and hope that you're going to end up with some 98s from that free pack over the course of the 56 days. There's also the daily login rewards that gives out Team of the Year tokens and 98s and 98 to 100 rated players every once per week over the course of the entire event. So we'll come back to all of the numbers here in a second. I want to show you what that looks like. Here is the daily login that we're talking about. So if you see on the 7th day of each week, you do get a 100 rated player. It's not 100 plus. It is specifically a 100 rated player there for the last day. Those you have to take into consideration when you put all this stuff together and your numbers. Now in the store, this is the free pack that I want to show you. This is the one that does have the possibility of giving out 98 rated players and prime tokens. We're going to consider that for all of this, but they're not guaranteed. Didn't add them into the numbers, but they are there, and it does change things as far as how many packs you're going to be able to open over the course of this thing. The Team of the Year challenge mode is simple to get in. It does give out 56 Team of the Year tokens, but if you look, it's just matches and skill games. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. You can only do it once, though, per week. It is not once per day. It is once per week. It's open for 3 days, so that means you're only able to claim that 8 times over the course of the event. Do it, obviously, but it's not going to be every day that you're going to get it. The World Cup tournament, the rewards that you can have here. So if we complete this on Legendary, you end up with 15 Team of the Year tokens. Each time you can do it up to 7. If you do beginner and you just autoplay it to complete it and you do it 7 times, you're missing out on 5 Team of the Year tokens per spin through the tournament. That's 35 Team of the Year tokens per week. You can go into the market once these 98s drop in value. Their slum value is under 2 mil. You're going to be able to spend 2 mil per week to claim the missing player. So if you don't want to sit here and play all the World Cup, just autoplay this crap. Take your 10 points 7 times. Spend 2 million coins in the market and buy a 98. That's completely up to you if you want to do it. But that's my best advice. 2 million coins and you don't change any of your rewards, I'm not playing any of this. The World Class gives out the same rewards as Legendary, so there's no need to play Legendary. You can just play World Class and get the same level of rewards. But just make sure you make smart decisions on this. 2 million coins and in the market gives you the same rewards overall. That is 8 weeks. That's 16 million coins to never have to sit through 7 rounds of World Cup beyond just starting them and auto playing. So think about that. Make that decision. All right, let's go back to the numbers now that we've seen everything. These are the grand total. 7,088 Team of the Year tokens. And those are going to give you 40 per spin, gives you a 98 to 100 player. You're guaranteed to do 177 player spins. You need 200 players, so you're basically 23 players short, but there are so many players in the game that you're getting through Star Pass and the weekly things and everything. You're looking for up to 54 98 plus players. That means if you have the worst luck possible and every time you have a chance to pull a 98 to 100, they end up being 101s and above, you're still going to be able to do 44 spins up to 57. You need 50 for an ultimate player. That means everybody's going to end up with an ultimate player before this is all said and done. You're going to be way far away from 2 ultimate players, but it's 1 ultimate player is within range for just about everybody. That is the event. That is Team of the Year. Everyone's going to end up with an ultimate player. 1 ultimate player. That's about the biggest positive that I can say for all this. Lots and lots of World Cup. Basically auto playing every day for a few matches and tons of exchanges, and it's 8 weeks long. We are about 8 hours into the event, and we've already seen the entire market crash because all of these cards are being dumped in. People are spending a lot of gems to get everything they possibly can, and we're just not seeing any movement until this stuff pretty much comes down in value to where it's actually worth moving things, and we start to see the pack luck to see what players are people not pulling, which ones people are getting too many of. Like my gut comes in and says Van Dijk is going to be difficult. Salah is going to hold some value. Players like Griezmann and some of these that you saw a lot come in right away are going to be slum value. They're never going to go above that. The event is basically a soft reset. By the time these 8 weeks end, everyone will be on even playing ground with full Team of the Year squads because their stats are so much higher than all the national and World Cup players that we've had from previous events. Unless you're using prime icons that you've received in the recent events, everything that you have before today's reset is pretty much irrelevant and worthless at this point. That's why coming into this, we're pushing for the value in the game was all about coins. Players were going to be dead by the time this event began. Coins were going to be key moving forward. So hopefully you followed that advice and you have a ton of resources ready to go, because before the next 2 months are up, your team is going to be full Team of the Year. That's it. Thanks a lot. Hope that helped. If it did, make sure you subscribe here at YouTube. Turn on notifications. That way you don't miss when anything goes live. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. As long as you keep watching, I'll keep making videos.